2. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how you go over a long, how you handle a long. From the perspective of not solo queue, but like playing with at least one other person on your team. Who's gonna play with you? If you're ever in a duo queue on like matchmaking or something, you should play with a friend, in the same position or around the same position, like the same site at least, or something like you be solo B and your friend will go middle, or you go middle and you get your friend to go play solo B. For obvious reasons that, you know, if your teammates die on the other bomb site, you can always cover. Okay, I need to make sure that it isn't copyright music. I mean, this should be fine. Yeah, so you can retake together and you guys will be good friends and stuff like that. You'll have retake together before, so you'll be a lot better at doing it. Sorry, Vape Nation. Cool. So, first things first. Generally, on long, you don't want to be playing long by yourself at all, because you're pretty fucked because it's called long. Like, let's count. Okay, 41 seconds we started running. Okay, it takes 35 seconds to get to the first. Sorry, it takes 6 seconds to get to the first safe position. Okay. Okay, let's start from 25. It takes like 10 or almost 10 seconds. I'd say like 8 seconds to get to the next safe position, and to get to like a semi unsafe position, it's like on 05. To get to like an unsafe position, and this is unsafe because you can get mollied out, and also because if a terrorist is clearing long, like if they're working their way up long, anyone with a brain, like, you shouldn't worry if they don't check car, then you shouldn't worry about the game, because you've won the game because they have no brain cells. But if they do check car, you're dead. Like 9 times out of 10. If you're not dead from the first guy, you're gonna get traded by the second. It's just you have nowhere to run. He can just hide behind the wall and peek you again when you run out of bullets or you're inaccurate. So, you don't. On that note, you don't want to be playing long alone. The way you should play long with a friend is one of you is gonna spawn. Well, preferably like you have 3 people on your team. One person plays mid. Okay. One person plays long. And one person plays like, or like there's 2 different CT setups you can run on Dust2. Well, there's loads, actually not loads. There's like 3 setups, but this is the one that this is the best one in my opinion, and you can just switch it up to 2-1-2, but it's 3-1-1. So preferably you have a guy holding B by himself solo. You have a guy mid, and what I do if I'm holding mid is, like, I get the B guy to spot across. If he sees them suicide, it's not likely to be a B early round, so I'm going to start facing short early. If I don't see them facing short early, I'm going to come up to window and just help the B guy. The B guy will, I know this is all B stuff, but the B guy is going to, at the beginning of the round, he's going to throw the molly in the tunnel to stop any initial rushes, and it's going to enable him to set up in like a nice position, whether it be behind double stack, or whether it be behind second bricks like back here, or whether it be behind big box, who knows, as long as he sets up anywhere but car. And the reason why car is terrible is because you have nowhere to fall back to, and there's like you can be sandwiched really easily, and as soon as you make contact, that's it. You either kill them all or you're dead, which doesn't give your team enough time to rotate. This is copyrighted. That's copyrighted. That's definitely not copyrighted. Okay, so when you're playing a solo site, and this applies to long A as well, if you're ever, or A, if you're ever solo, you want to be in a position where you can get information for your team and you can stay alive as long as possible. If you're anchoring a bomb site, you just stay alive as long as possible and help give your team. Your job is to buy time for your team to rotate and help you. So there is a video by Adren that you can, or maybe it's Vu that you can use to watch that. Just like check out Vu. If you need links to all of that stuff, I can give them to you. V is VOO. Adren is ADREN. That's VOO and ADREN. Yeah, just check all of that stuff out. It's like I'm not gonna repeat what he says. Just look up the soloing a site video. Okay. So yeah, so you had one guy B, you got one guy middle helping him, and then now you've got 3 more players. So one of them is gonna preferably like hold short or catwalk, as you might call it in North America. And then you got 2 guys holding long. One of them around the pit area, they can hold from pit. They can hold from, well, you can call this like lamppost, or you can go at gay spot, or you can hold it from blue, or you can hold it from here if you've got like a smoke or something. And like it's basic Counter-Strike here. Basic defense on Counter-Strike is you want a crossfire. So this is a crossfire here if you've got one guy here and one guy here. Another crossfire is sort of the same thing, but one guy here, one guy car. So the reason why it's a crossfire is because these guys have to, like, if these guys come out, okay, fine. Actually, it would be one guy here and one guy car, and one guy at lamppost, or it could be pit and car, or pit and corner, or car and platform, I guess. You just basically want to play positions where if they kill one of you, the other guy's going to get the trade kills. And you work together. But the reason why I was talking about spawns is really at the beginning of the round, you want to have the front guy on long to be like spawning in this spawn or this spawn. There's 2 spawns for long. There might even be like a 3rd one around here. But basically, when you spawn in the game, like someone's gonna spawn around here. This guy should be the guy that takes long. And he's gonna, like, even if he's not the guy with the AWP or something like that, or even preferably this isn't the guy with the AWP. If this is the guy with the AWP, then things work out a little differently. He can take a fast peek. So if it's you, if it's your friend that's got that spawn and it's you behind him with the AWP, or it's you behind him with a different weapon, you can be the one flashing for him. But the basic idea is the first guy needs to get into the pit early, and then that gives this guy a lot of freedom to kind of like fall back a bit, and or like the guy in pit is basically not gonna die unless he's an idiot and over peaks and over contests. In order to kill the guy in corner, the terrorists have to come all the way out here, which means that they're easy pickings. They're easy pickings for the guy in pit. So it's basic crossfire setups. There is a flash. I can't remember. Like, I need to learn it. I think you aim at the edge of the green. I think that's a good flash. No, it's a bit too far. Okay, so with that in mind, let's aim between the black and the gold. Basically, look it up. You want to find a good flash. This is what I'm saying. I'm not a long player, so I don't really know the flash in question. But like, you watch any pro game on Dust2 and they'll throw a flash like here somewhere. It might even be like there. No, it's not. It's definitely not there. But anyway, you want a flash to like, okay, you want a flash to land like somewhere where it's gonna not show for too long. Like, so ideally you want it to come like here and explode up here. Not show too long, but it's gonna instantly blind anyone like trying to either jump peek with the AWP like here and pre-fire you, or it's gonna blind anyone trying to rush out. And then the first guy who's gonna run to pit, what you can do is you can throw the flashes, and what the guy in front can do is just run backwards like that. That flash actually works, by the way. So he can he just runs backwards with his knife out, or he runs backwards with a molly out, and there is a better molly than that. That's an NA molly right there. and he can throw a molly into long doors, preventing you guys from having any trouble from an early push, and then that means you can set up for a good setup. Okay, so ideally you need to coordinate with the mid guy, and if the mid guy, because the mid guy's going to have an AWP more times than not, the mid guy's got this spawn, then you swap with mid. Even if you've only got a rifle, you just need to learn how to play mid with a rifle. That is a whole nother tutorial, and I'm not going to teach you how to do it now, because it's going to take me a long ass time. Just look it up. Loads of people have guides on it. If you need help, I can do it another time. And sometimes you will spawn for long, and then you need to be the front guy. And if you've got an AWP, then just jump on this thing. Like some rounds, hold the corner like this. Some rounds, just like switch it up. And sometimes you're going to be the second guy, means you can flash your guy into the pit like that. And all that good stuff. And sometimes with the AWP, you can ask your friend. You can run backwards with your gun out, with your knife out, and then pick up your AWP and turn around when the flash pops. So just like plays like that. If you do not spawn for long, do not try and get early long control. This is especially effective if you have an AWP. Just throw a long smoke that smokes the doors, and boost two to teammates up catwalk or something like that, or do some sort of play, bearing in mind that you're not going to have long control. Okay, don't fucking, like, if you spawn all the way to the back, don't make your, like, don't slog like some marathon, like you're Usain Bolt or some Kenyan fucking marathon runner, thinking that you're going to get over here and it's all going to be fine. Because no, it's not going to be fine. Your ass is dead. If, like, it's retarded how easy it is to get this kill if you're already sitting here. Same as it's retarded how easy it is to get this kill if you're already sitting here. So don't even try. Okay, it's just gonna make you rage. Throw this smoke at the beginning of the round. So all you do is get on the trash can, aim at the, you see this ladder here, just aim at the bottom of the ladder and up at the top of this like piece of metal sheet. And that smokes off long doors, and it will block off any one-way smokes. There's actually nothing they can do about that smoke, other than completely rush balls deep through the smoke and all of that good stuff. But like the cool thing about the smoke is it's exactly the same place where you boost, so you just throw the smoke real quick and then you just crouch and let them boost. And then you can make your way round yourself and then just hold somewhere, like, you know, like goose. Don't hold car because you're dead. Hold like goose, so you can hold on the ramp if you want. If you're feeling ballsy, don't ever hold this angle. I get greedy and I hold the angle sometimes. It just doesn't work. If you're really like, you're really struggling, you can always hold gay spot, or Jew corner as they call it in Germany. And I'm not actually making a joke, they actually call it Jew corner in Germany. Yeah, so we've gone over basic CT principles. You need to like play a double stack together. I'll read the chat in a sec just for questions. Trying to think if there's anything else to do with long. Oh yeah, no, not really. Okay, so the next thing on the list was, oh, pistol and then gun round. Okay. What's up? You've always tried to take long no matter what. Okay, yeah, that's where you're going wrong, because like you run about MGE 2, I guess. I don't know, like an MM. At some point in your career, in your CS playing career, you will realize that spawn locations really matter, even on CT side. So it's actually, like, I notice even low level players notice on Dust2 that they like, you can spawn for B and you can spawn for A, and that if you do not spawn for B, it's probably a dumb idea rushing B. And if you do not, you know, like things like that. But like, for some reason they don't realize that the same thing applies to A, and that you it's like a race. It's a race, especially if you have an AWP and you can hold the angle. It's a race to get into your position first. because the person who gets in the position first will win if they have an AWP or if they have a USP against a Glock. Okay, so that moves us on to our next point, pistol rounds. Check out the Vu video on how to play pistol rounds. He has actually recently updated it, so I'm not going to go over too much about what he's saying, but the basic idea is you want to play pistol rounds on any map like you've got an AWP. And that basically means you want to take an angle, fire a few shots, get a kill, and then you want to take an angle where you can easily fall back safely to another angle. So playing from the corner here is a dumb angle because you cannot easily fall back. Like if you play this corner on you're going to be in that situation where you're just going to die every round. You're going to die like no matter what, because there's going to be more than one of them here. And unless you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're dead, because they're going to just run out like Allah snack bar and shoot you in the face with the Glock. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to play like even this position, though. This position is a pretty dumb position. You want to play like Goose. You want to play like some long ass angles and just use the fact that your gun is about 80 times more accurate than theirs, and it's a one-tap headshot at pretty much any range. And just one-tap them in the face and then fall back and like tell your team that, wait for your team and get them to come over and help you, as long as you got your numbers right. And if you see the bomb on the radar, definitely tell them, okay guys, push up middle now. I need you to push up middle now. Close up, like, so they can close off the back of long, and so then you've got them sandwiched in. They have to push and run into your aim, and all of that good stuff. Like basically just play like you have an AWP. Play at range. Your goal on pistol rounds is always to have as long range a battle as you can, and also to not get just bombarded by the by the Glock rush. Sorry, don't get caught out with three people with Glocks in your face. Yeah, you know what they say about big black Glocks. You just don't want to be. You don't want 3 big black Glocks in your face. It's just, unless that stuff happens in prison and people like have trauma and stuff. So just don't do it. All right. Okay, so that's pistol rounds. If you're on long A, it's probably like the guy in the middle should be the guy that buys a kit. If you're gonna play 2-1-2, like pistol round is pretty much the only round where I'd play 2-1-2. I'd have one guy here, I'd have one guy like here, or in CT spawn ready to help a mid to B. I'd have one guy like immediately spotting mid. If they're on suicide, then he's not going to overcommit to the fights, but he's just going to get some information. If they're not in suicide, he's going to push all the way up middle, and if he doesn't see people like here and hear them like there, then he knows it 100% has to be a B or a split B, like a mid to B or something like that. So he can just immediately 180 and either hold this angle like here, or come here, hold this angle right here. It's a very strong angle right here, or he can immediately try and rotate through lower tunnels and get the guys from long to push through out, or from A to push out through middle and stuff like that. And then on pistol round, I'd play like one guy, preferably get one guy playing backside and one guy window. What you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught at the doors. That's basically it. You like one guy window. Maybe like you might not even have time if they're gonna flat out rush to get any further than this, so you can always just play here. It's good protection. You can use it for like loads of stuff. You don't want to play car for obvious reasons because you've got nowhere to fall back to. Gun rounds, I've gone over it already. Just basically, if you've got an AWP, switch it up. Either play from up here or down here, on there. Get a guy into pit or on that post or blue and play a crossfire. If you're double rifle, you can play blue, and that you can throw the smoke that lands there and play one door and one pit. That's a good crossfire. Just like crossfires, basically. Retaking B, okay. Retaking B, obviously, just play loads of retake servers and you'll get the hang of it. know about your utility, like set up for retake. These are all like general principles. B is not that harder site to retake, in my opinion. It's an easier site to retake than A is, that's for sure. Because of all the bullshit that can happen at long and how hard it is to come up catwalk. So yeah, just retaking B. Just need to know the flashes. There's that flash. Oops, that didn't land right. I very rarely use this one. Did that one land right? Maybe it did, and I don't know. The one I throw and sometimes I fuck it up is off here. Oops, yeah, there you go. So where you line up, I think it's off the shadow, and you aim kind of there. Yeah, perfect. And yeah, that pop flash. You can always just right click and jump throw over it, but that's a waste of time and it's not as flashy. Just learn this one. Oops, don't learn that one. The number of times I do that in game. There you go. There's the one through the doors as well. Just coordinate with your team. Make sure that you guys set up for a retake. You don't give them one-on-ones. Don't go trickling in one by one. Just say, hey guys, I'm gonna flash in. We go in together. If you got a guy flanking through tunnels, then make sure that the guy, like, you wait until you don't do anything. You don't even make any noise. So the terrorists are always like wondering, maybe they'll push you. You don't do anything until this guy is here. And as you throw you say you're gonna call the 1-2 flash, he has to peek out the tunnels and start making, like, he's just gonna fucking have to book it as soon as he hears that, you know, I'm gonna throw the flash 3, 2, 1. That is his cue to make a move in, and that is your cue to make a move in just after he makes some noise. They need to get distracted by the guy tunnels, get blinded by your flash, and then you are gonna just come in and wreck them, and then just like quickly like if I have an AWP, like I normally just like no scope the guy here or something. There's often a guy car. I'll get some sort of like lucky shot through there. I'll get the guy tunnels, and if there's a guy backside, I'll bunny hop and no scope in there. Or that's the plan, right? That's the ideal situation. Who knows? It's you know, the world's an oyster. There is a molly that you can learn, which is right here. Like from the black, and I think it's up to the first brown. There you go. And that mollies any bomb plant. Like literally anywhere on the site where they can plant the bomb, it mollies them. So that's useful. You just find, but I mean, this is like some advanced level shit, and it's very situational. You have to be outside the bomb site when they're planting. It's basically mostly useful for someone like me who's a mid player. They have to be planting like on the site and something like that. So what I'll do is just pull out my molly and throw it. Oops, when I hear the beep beep beep, and sometimes this happens to me in a game. So it kind of fucks me up. You hear the beep beep beep, boom, and if they commit to the plant, they're dead. If they don't commit to the plant, it buys you and your team like 7 seconds, and it does damage to them as they're getting off the plant. Trying to think if there's anything else. No, retaking B is pretty standard. I mean, if you can't retake B, play loads of retake servers because it's the most basic of retakes. Retaking A is tough because even if you throw like cool flashes like this one, they can just hide behind the box. They can be anywhere. They can be car. They can be on trash can. You have to loop all the way up middle and get like a pincer on long, and even if you do take long, you have to worry about the guy's goose. You're like behind the boxes, gay spot, CT, up short, Gandalf. Age just a nightmare to retake without loads of utility and coordination. So on that note, yeah, just practice retake, man. There's nothing more I can say. Eco rounds, yeah, you want to do something like eco rounds. Basically Dust2, just full eco. Like, unless you have some really good eco round strats, just full eco, bro. There's no point on Dust2. Like, think about it. Think about all the positions that you can play. Like middle, it's long range as fuck. Long, like corner. Like even this is like long range, like from the long sight, long range as fuck. Even catwalk, short area, long range, down there, long range. You know, even like CT, long range, up there. B, back of platform, long range. Back of sight, long range. Like, it's all long range. And it's all like just basically pure aim and accuracy. So that means you're probably not going to do too well with a P250 or a 5.7. The guns like that, you need to be like up close and personal. And Dust2 is such a rush heavy map that you're just not gonna, like, okay, you can maybe plan, you can maybe get like a 4-man spray down with a 5.7, but you shouldn't plan for things like that. You should just eco. In my opinion, you just eco. And then get good guns next round. Get a full buy with grenades and everything you need, and you know, you can buy your P250 when you've got your AWP instead of buying it this round and wasting your money. Just full eco. And you like, not only that, not only are you not going to do too well, but you're going to need the long range firepower when it does come to you buying. So just basically a full eco and just give up those rounds. Like in 1.6, you just basically gave up on eco rounds. You used the eco rounds to talk about what you're going to do the next round, and you just ran out and died long. And that's where the concept of eco frags comes from. By the way, that is something I would say with Dust2. Like, it's not something that applies to something like a map like Inferno in its current state. Like, you can win with a 5.7 like every round. And in fact, if I ever play Inferno again, I will never buy an M4. I'm just buying a 5.7 like every round apart from pistol. So because it's just so cramped and stuff like that. Okay, fall back to A side. Where's the best position to play? Goose. But again, I think you're thinking too much in like a solo situation rather than you're thinking too much in kind of solo. How do you turn gun advantage, gauge position advantage? Okay, we are taking a while here, so just gonna go over this very quickly. But if you've got an AWP, you've got the advantage if you're the first person zoomed in. If you have a rifle, you don't want to hold an angle like that. You don't want to sit and hold it or just stand and hold it, because they're gonna pop out, see you. You're gonna fire bullets at them, and while they're waiting for you to stop firing, they're just gonna like pre-aim at where your head was and then shoot you in the face, right? And that will happen unless you have an AWP. So what you want to do is you want to, like, say you've got a crossfire like here, you want to kind of like time it. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Kind of just switching up, you know, using like the corner to shoulder peek it, and the guy in pit who's doing a crossfire with you should be basically doing the exact same thing on different timing. One, you know, like he can hold crouch and then stand up, hold crouch, stand up, hold crouch, stand up, and he can switch up his timing and stuff like that. How do you turn? Okay, things like goose, you can hold an angle like the way I haven't done too much thinking about it, but the way I hold goose is I just kind of like sit in this corner here. Well, I obviously listen up for information on short. I sit in this corner here and I just pre-aim this, because chances are their AWPer is not going to see you unless they come all the way around here. And if you come all the way around here, you're already pre-aiming, so all you got to do is click. And if they're not going to go pit, they're just coming straight up this side, then I've noticed that if I hold that angle, then I can just flick down to where this guy is here. Yeah, I find that's the best place. That's normally where I keep my crosshair. And if I hear them coming short, I'll try and throw some sort of flashbang off that. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it's fucking sweet. And yeah, that's about it really. That's how I would hold it. What's your name? Are you unconnected? I'm guessing. Yeah, you are unconnected. Cool. Okay. Okay, like you're playing long way too up front. Okay, you've got your knife out. You shouldn't really have your knife out, though it's probably okay at your level. You should never have your knife out unless you're 100% sure that you're not going to be... Okay, there you... here you... Okay, I'm going to pause. You never have your knife out unless you're 100% sure that it's safe. You're not 100% sure that it's safe when you do have your knife out. It's only like a 5-unit difference between your knife and your USB. So you might as well just have your USB out. Or P2K in your case. You gave away your position down there and lower, but you got away with it. Looks like your headset's configured weirdly, because you could hear him coming from spawn. Or maybe you just bad info from your teammates. Cool. So it's round 2. This is where you get rolled. Buy yourself an MP9 if you're position like. Okay, that flash way too late, though. Didn't look like anything happened. You see a guy in blue. Why are you peeking him? Why are you peeking him? You're just giving him the head. Yeah, you just got greedy. That's all. You just got greedy. You didn't have to peek him. You could have let him push up to you. You also gave away a free gun. I think it's because you didn't get a kill in pistol round. You were thinking, oh, I'm going to get my kill now. Easy eco frags. Okay, so now it's round 3. And, pause demo? Is that... Well, I'm going to quickly check your team's money. Okay, you shouldn't be buying an MP9 if one of your teammates has 3.1k. They can drop you a UMP. Just divide the money load between you guys. Also, it looks like you can't use the MP9, which is okay. I can't use the MP9 either. Just switch the UMP. It's gonna fuck you over like once out of every like 5 games, because you're gonna die with the UMP in your hand, and it's gonna be like really powerful for a terrorist holding a site. But it's just all round a better weapon than the MP9. It's all around an easier weapon to use. MP9 is not the kind of weapon you want to be using at long. MP9 is the kind of weapon you want to be using if you're pushing B tunnels from lower, or if you're pushing short catwalk, if you're doing something like that. You don't want an MP9 for holding an angle. It's way too high rate of fire, way too inaccurate, way too weak for that kind of stuff. Like you need a reliable, slow, heavy hitting weapon when you're holding an angle, which is what you've been trying to do. Also, you definitely need to learn a flash for long. The one you're throwing is basically useless. And you throw it so late because you're throwing it like right when you get up to the corner. You're gonna get killed when they come around the corner. Like if they're actually rushing, you're gonna get killed. Like the flash is gonna like land behind them. Before like, and you're gonna get killed with like just switching out to your gun, and it's pretty useless flash in a way because of the way the place where it lands. So just learn the flash, like YouTube it. You type in YouTube long flash from crossover, Dust2, and you'll find a flash. Just learn it. Like it's got. There's one that's really super simple. And I can't believe I can't remember where it is. But okay, let's just look what you do this round. Okay, so again, useless flash. Yeah, that might even land behind blue, which is double useless. Okay, it doesn't look like much is happening this round. We'll skip forward. You push through to T spawn. You jump and you see this guy? Okay. he doesn't punish you for committing to the fight. You should be dead, but you're not, so it's okay. Now, you've got a scout and 4.2k, and it's the 4th round. And let me check what their money is like on the T side, because I think they should all be on. Yes, they should all be on a buy. So at this point in time, you should be saying to yourself, I need to drop this fucking scout. I need to buy an M4. Or just use my my 5.7. I am fucked if I do not have a teammate with me at long, and I have only got a scout. I am not Scream. I am not going to get that first headshot. Probably. On a balance of probabilities. You got to know yourself. Like, I'm not going to get that first headshot either. I need 2 bullets to kill my enemy. He needs 1. And there's probably going to be 2 of him, and there's only going to be 1 of me. So basic math dictates that you're probably going to lose long if they come along or anywhere towards A. So just buy yourself a rifle, or just use your 5.7 and have your scout for backup and like jump shots and stuff like that. Or yeah, just buy yourself, like, buy someone in your teammate. Like, buy the guy who's got a FAMAS, an M4, and just use his FAMAS. If you're not comfortable with rifles, you might as well just use the FAMAS. And just burst fire. Not actually burst fire, but you know what I mean. Like, just burst. Okay, looks like you know the smoke I'm talking about. You throw it a little different. That's cool. You're late to long. Let's see what your teammate does. Okay, your teammate is just going to hold the corner. Okay, your teammate, very retarded move there, but I think he probably... Well, I don't know. He wouldn't have heard any info. Round about now, he's hearing info from his team that they're not B at all because one guy's pushed through lower. So your teammate needs to be in the pit. Okay, let's see what the fuck you're doing. You're just spamming the long doors. Well, I mean, you do have the smoke there. Through the one way, yeah, you died. I mean, the pair of you, like, your teammate should have been there to trade you. Not only that, your teammate, how much? He's got 5.7k. Okay, guys, it's not rocket science. You should know this by MG2. You should know that by round 4, the terrorists can buy pretty much no matter what. With 4 losers round bonus, they can buy pretty much no matter what. If you do not have an M4A1 in your hand or better, and 5.7 may or may not count as better depending on what kind of player you are, you need to get one of those. And also, yeah, don't blame this round on yourself, blame it on your teammate as well. I mean, you did play it pretty dumb, no offense, but your teammate also should have been there with you, and it looks like your teammate saved the MP7 so he could just buy an AWP this round, which is kind of a loser's gambit. If he won the last round, everyone could have bought him an AWP anyway. Okay, so again, you throw that flash. You're now blinded. And you're both on the fucking corner. No one's in the pit. What is the purpose of you both being at the exact same angle? Like, there is no purpose. Like, the enemy just has to aim at one place and they can kill you both. Okay, I mean, I'm going to skip forward a bit until it comes to you having to retake, because you ain't going to see any action here. Okay, 1 times, resume. Okay, see how you retake this. You've got 1 flash, you throw the flash through, and then you just go in 1 by 1. Okay, your flash disappeared ages ago. If you're going to throw that flash, you need to be able to enter straight away. You went in 1 by 1. Like, I don't know if you said, I'm going to flash, be ready to get in. If you say, I'm going to flash, be ready to get in, make sure that your teammate is ready to get in as soon as that flash goes pom. Because, you know, that flash could last half a second, it could last 1 second, it could last 3. You want to be able to use the fact that they can look away from the flash. That's the only thing that's guaranteed. That either looking away away from the flash, and that's the window of opportunity that's guaranteed, or they're blind. So you need to be able to use that time. Okay, what's going on here? Is this the round where your teammate was just like, let's just play sight? and get a kill. Okay, I've already explained why this is the dumbest idea, but at least you full ecoed. Okay, you've got yourself an M4A1. See what's going on here. Throwing a decoy into pit. And then you're holding double long again. Okay, it looks like it's just the same thing. Okay, yeah, there you go. The elemental guy may not have even been aiming at you. But he didn't need to be aiming at you because you both came from the exact same place. And no one bothered to get inside of pit. The decoy, like, you stopped and you stood still. And you threw a decoy into pit instead of just running into pit yourself. And I don't mean this to be a dick. I'm just saying, like, just think about that for a second. You stopped. You pulled out a decoy grenade. You pulled the pin. You threw it into the pit. Meanwhile, you could have just been running into the pit. And actually have set up some sort of a crossfire. You guys are doing the opposite of a crossfire, which is one guy is up the other guy's ass. Which, like, unless you are trying to have a good time in prison, is not the best plan, and certainly isn't the best plan for holding long. So yeah, just, if this caffeine guy is your friend, tell him, if we are ever playing the same position together, promise me that you will never let me go up your ass again, and I will never let you come up my ass again, that we will play a crossfire. And if he's not your friend, add him and tell him, I'm sorry for spending so much time up your ass. I promise to get in pit next time. If you're gonna get in a pit, like, don't get in a bum pit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, useless slash. Oh, he was blind though. Interesting. Pretty cool timing. Okay, so finally you get into pit. Okay, now why is your teammate running in like a madman? Oh, you've got the advantage. Your teammate, okay, you guys got the advantage. Him pushing, okay, if he died here, if he died to that guy, he would have just basically gifted them this round. Or given them a shot to come back on this round, which they wouldn't have normally. This guy's got 2 HP and an AWP. If he does anything other than save, I'll be very impressed and or disappointed. This guy has less FPS. Oh, maybe it's because of the demo tick rate. Again, you know the enemy's got an AWP. Holding the angle like this is not a smart idea. You should be doing what I said. Hide behind the wall, peek. Hide behind the wall, peek. Turn around, peek. Okay, saved. You've round this all round went all okay. You've got yourself an AK. You got 3.6k. You drop that. And what do you do with the rest of your money? Yeah, okay. So you got the AK. Okay, valuable time wasted. You wasted like 3 seconds or something like that you could have been using to get inside of pit. Okay. How late is this flashbang? And the spray, like, pretty fucking useless. No offense. Yeah, pretty pointless. All you're doing by doing that, by the way, is telling the enemy where you are. They're not bots. They're not going to run into your bullets. Well, hopefully they won't. If they do run into your bullets, then that's not the kind of game that you're worried about. You're worried about the kind of game that they're not going to just run into your bullets. You're just telling them where you're holding A site from. Okay, now okay, the bomb hasn't been planted. It's a 3v3. So what should you be doing in this situation? You should be sticking together for some trade kills. At the moment, you're all going one by one, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do, because now there's 2 terrorists for every CT, or in the case where there was 3 terrorists, 3 CTs. 3 terrorists all go to the same place. Now there's a 1 versus 3 situation on every single place. It's a wonder that you guys won this round. But if you think about it, it was a 1 versus 3 situation. If they went A, it was going to have been you versus 3. If they went middle, 1 guy versus 3. If they went B, 1 guy versus 3. you should, like, if you guys are in a situation, like, just put 2 of the guys together and 1 guy by himself. 1 guy by himself probably should be on B because it's the solo bomb site. The 2 guys together, probably A, maybe middle, depends. There's no rule about it. Okay, let's check what you're doing. Okay, pretty slow reactions there. You shouldn't have repeated that angle, by the way. Against anyone with aim, you would have died. Because you stayed exactly the same place. All he had to do was get the scout headshot on you. He's faster around the corner than you are, because he's holding a scout. But yeah, most of it is basically just go over what I said. Learn the flash, set up a crossfire. So you need to learn the flash, your teammate needs to learn a flash. Like that you throw from there, so that you can come all the way up here and not be worried. Also, you hesitate before you peek there. At this point, you throw the flash through there. And you've been faked out pretty hard. The guys from B are rotating. Now you're stuck. Well, I mean, okay, your team's winning this round. You throw the smoke. Now you're late as fuck. You're going to throw the flash through. At this point, the timing's probably okay. Nice kill through the smoke there. Okay, the reason why you died there is because you completely wide peeked, and your crosshair placement was in the middle of nowhere. If you're gonna do a wide peek like that, your crosshair needs to be like on the very edge. So the moment that they peek you, you can kill them. You can either click or you flick. Click or flick. Think about it that way. Don't just have your aim out in the middle of nowhere. It's pointless. Then you have to flick. And you're always going to be slow. Okay, next round. You lose this round. You got 6,400, 5,300, 3,900. Okay, you've all got money. You've got an M4A1. Okay. So you notice there how you kind of threw the grenade and then you just sat like watching the wall, kind of just watching out in the middle of nowhere. You need to get that habit out of your system. Okay, you've got an AFK in your team. Okay, you're now in a retake situation. You've got 2 flashes and a smoke. You've got a kit and a Kevlar. You can go for this. Your whole team is outside. It doesn't look like you're coordinating any grenades or anything like that. You're throwing the flashbang, but he's not ready to peek on it. This guy, the guy to your left, is an absolute fucking pussy because you just threw a flash in. And yeah, I don't know if this guy just wasn't listening because you were flashing and you just blocked him on the way in. He should have committed. He should have just jumped his fucking ass in. I understand why you did block him there. But at the same time, the guy at the door should have moved in. And yeah, there was just 0 coordination. And I guess I'm not, you know, it's the kind of thing that just comes with experience, I guess, and playing with other people a lot. And as you get higher up, it will be more natural, and you'll notice in pugs more people will say I'm flashing, and then you'll be ready to peek in with the flash and stuff like that. I don't know why sometimes you just look at the wall with your gun out. Okay, yeah, you need to practice stutter stepping. You need to watch my stutter stepping video. You need to do that, and you need to like get a lot better crosshair placement. I think you're probably just tilted or something and not focusing, because your crosshair's in the middle of nowhere. You're peeking that angle I told you is like the worst angle in the world. Now you're telling your friend, I'm guessing you're saying, I'll boost you. Okay, what you do after the boost is crucial though. Okay, you throw the flash like that. Okay, don't ever throw the flash like that. Okay, you know the bomb's down. You know the bomb's down. Just fucking hide. Oh, I peek. You're gonna give him this round. He's gonna come around the corner and kill you with the AK out. Oh no, you're gonna go car. Could be okay. Okay, caffeine. Caffeine. You should be kissing caffeine right now. Cool. Next round. Last round of the CT half. By the way, all the stuff I'm saying, I'm just being blunt. I don't mean any offense by it. I'm just like, You know, you want me in critique mode, so I'm going to be in critique mode. I'm not going to say anything good that you do, because you know that everyone knows the good stuff they do. You know what I'm saying? Again, okay, if you want any fucking proof that that smoke, that flashbang you throw is useless and late, there you go. Okay, learn it. Look at your dead body. Your dead body. Look at the face. He's thinking right now. He's thinking I should have thrown a better flash. How long have I been playing Dust2? And I still haven't learned how to flash. Hey, long. That's what your body's thinking right now. It's like, oh, fuck my life. I can't throw the flash. I lost the round. he's even like in the death animation, like imagining that he's thrown a better flash. Like, this is how I would have thrown it if I was smart and prepared. So yeah, there you go. Demo review. I hope that was helpful. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. And yeah, it will go up on YouTube. And yeah, and